Hey guys, I'm Taryn and welcome to TarynsBusinessHub. So today I wanted to speak on the superpower of being an introvert. Being an introvert is one of the most misunderstood traits in a society that praises being the loudest, being the person that is seen the most. But oftentimes it's the ones with the quieter spirits, the ones with the quietest voice that makes the deepest impact. So today I wanted to go over briefly how being an introvert is not a flaw, but it is a superpower designed with intention and purpose. Even though there are several videos on YouTube or in the public domain about introversion, I still wanted to take the time to just kind of dispel some of the myths centered around introversion. And one is that introverts are shy, they're antisocial, but introversion is actually how you process the world around you. It's how you process energy. Introverts come across as more contemplative or reserved because they tend to think about things that are coming inside of them. They tend to think inwardly before they just speak outwardly. Introverts spend time alone. They spend time in low energy settings. And it's not to say that you can't go into a high energy event or in a high energy setting and then not enjoy yourself. But typically introverts, they are social, but then they need time alone to recharge. And it's not that introverts are typically shy. Shyness is rooted in discomfort or anxiety. And shyness is also tied to a fear of judgment. Whereas introverts, they may enjoy socializing. And even the myth of introverts being full of fear, I want to dispel that because introverts are not full of fear. Introverts do possess confidence and courage, but they tend to handle situations in a more measured way. So it's not that they can't even approach situations, they just approach situations in a more measured way. Introverts tend to prefer meaningful, deep conversations over small talk. The focus of depth is different for an introvert. Since my dad has passed, I tend to talk about him a lot, and he is the perfect example of this superpower and this personality trait because I often considered my dad as a quiet giant. He never had to be the loudest in the room, but he was very measured in his approach when talking. People would actually lean into what he had to say. They were ready to hear what he had to say. He can talk to anybody in the room, but he spent a lot of time alone. He didn't need a big setting to feel fulfillment. He spent time studying and he spent time learning and developing and getting better. But he encouraged me to be a risk taker. He was full of risk. He was full of boldness and full of courage. But he was also a lone wolf. Outside of family dynamics, he never needed to be boisterous to get his point across. And that is the power of introversion, that you can be yourself, and that gift allows you to lead with a sense of presence. And that's the beauty of introversion, because you can still have a dynamic presence, but what's rooted inside of you is intentional. Introverts are deep thinkers. They're empathetic listeners. They're creative visionaries. You'll start to realize that the quiet strengths is what makes you extraordinary. So here's what I need you to hear today. Introversion is not a flaw. It's not a mistake. And it's not something that you need to fix. Again, we live in this society where you have to do crazy things to stand out, where you have to do the most insane things. You have to be the loudest in the room. You have to be the loudest on YouTube. You have to be the most entertaining. You have to get the most attention however way you feel like you can. But that's not the standard of success. Maybe you don't have the loudest voice in society, in your workplace, in your community, but introverts, they have more depth over breadth. They tend to make more meaningful connections. And so it's not about being loud, it's about being effective in the spaces that you're meant to make the most meaningful impact. We're all born differently. Introversion is rooted in you to bring balance and depth and wisdom to the world. And when you begin to see introversion as what it truly is, which is a superpower, you'll begin to understand that you were made to be extraordinary. And that is a gift. That is a divine gift. Introverts are known to be deep thinkers and reflectors. And this mirrors qualities of patience, wisdom, and stillness. In spiritual tradition, moments of silence and solitude are considered sacred. And so you have something that is sacred on the inside of you. Quiet strength reflects divine nature. Introverts that embrace those quiet moments, they have profound spiritual growth and insight into them. And just as nature has light and day, introverts were designed to bring a sense of duality to the world. Extroverts and introverts, they bring harmony into the impact of society, moving society forward. So this type of unique personality trait, it strengthens the world and it serves as a purpose to a larger design. And if you are an introvert, you'll naturally resonate with solitude more. And it is in the solitude where divine connection can happen. Those that can tap more within their intuition, they lead life with more clarity. It's in the quiet space that they're able to align with their purpose more, because you're more in tune with guidance. You're more in tune with what is calling you to do. And this trait, it equips you to be an anchor of peace and clarity in a noisy world. As an introvert, think of yourself as one of the quiet instruments in a symphony. Those quieter instruments, they bring harmony to the song. They bring harmony, a balance to the music. And so your voice, though it's quieter in a noisy society, it carries the weight of wisdom and intention. So if you're an introvert, don't doubt your worth. Understand your superpower. Your ability to think deeply, connect meaningfully, and create intentionally is what actually sets you apart. You don't have to make a noisy world make you feel small. You can step into the design of your life and walk boldly into that design, knowing that who you were designed to be is a quiet force of impact. My dad's quiet strength shaped who I am today. And you may be an introvert, or you may know someone that's an introvert and they're having a positive effect on your life, maybe through conversations or action. But introversion is not a limitation. So embrace who you are, embrace that trait, embrace your power. Start today by reflecting on your own unique strengths and how you can make an impact not only on your life but the lives of others. So if this topic resonated with you, share it in the comment section. Let me know, what is your introvert superpower? I'll be interested to hear what you guys have to say. In the meantime, if you want deeper work in terms of character development, I definitely will encourage you to purchase my book, Intentional Progress, Get Unstuck and Start Your Business Now. If you need business strategies, our flagship course is available, and that is Entrepreneurship Blueprint, Build Your Dream Business from Scratch. If you enjoyed this video and you want to get a heads up on the next videos coming out, just take the time to subscribe to the channel. I will encourage you to check out our website. That's www.TarynsBusinessHub.com. And in the meantime, in between time, you'll see me in the next video.